If you're watching this for the first time, make sure you catch part 1. I'll leave a link up above where you can get to it. Let's start the video. Hey guys, this is Ronnie here. Today we're going to be working on our kombucha. This is going to be part 2. This is the second ferment, so let's get to it. So today we're working on our second ferment of our kombucha. We've let this go approximately about 2 weeks. It's in the winter time, so kombucha, it operates better at a temperature between 75 to 85. It ferments better at that temperature. We keep our house a little cooler in the winter, 68 to 70 degrees. So it does slow that fermentation process down some. I did make one batch of this already, and the first batch pretty much tasted like apple juice. It was really good. Had a mild amount of fizz. So this second batch I've let go a little bit longer, and once you go into this second ferment that we're about to go into, if you add some type of a fruit or fruit juice to it, that creates that gives the yeast and the bacteria something to feed off of, which in turn releases more of this carbon dioxide that gives it this carbonation that we're looking for. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get to it. Once you have passed the 7 days on your kombucha, at that point you want to start testing it every day or two. So that's the point that I'm at now. I've already tasted this, but for video reference here, I'm going to go ahead and taste this just to describe what I'm tasting here. Let's taste this. It tastes pretty much the way store-bought kombucha tastes now. Has that little bit of that twang, almost like apple cider vinegar. Still tastes a little bit of the sweetness in it. Alright, now that we tasted it and we got the profile that we want, the next step we're going to do is we're going to filter this out. We're going to use another container similar to this 1 gallon glass container that we got. We'll also use a cheesecloth to filter it into, and that'll catch any of the gook and everything. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we reserve about 2 cups of this kombucha out of this batch right here to put our SCOBY in. And this will be like a SCOBY hotel. This will be where it lives until we make our next batch. Once we filter out our kombucha, we're going to take our remaining 2 cups that we saved aside, also our SCOBY, and we're going to put it back in our original glass container. This will be our SCOBY hotel, or where our SCOBY will live until we make another bunch. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our juicer to make some juice for our kombucha. Now you don't have to do this part. You can buy juice, but just make sure you get a good all-natural juice. Make sure you get juice that still has the pulp or the mother with it. This is all natural. You don't want anything that has added sugar or juice from concentrate. Like I said, you want all-natural juice to add to this. So we have taken Granny Smith apples and Gala apples, and we have juiced them down, and we got us enough juice to add into our kombucha. This is going to be our flavoring, and also to get our second ferment. The way I'm doing it is I got two-thirds kombucha and 1/3 fruit juice. Some people will bottle these up and then add in the fruit or the fruit juice at that point. I'm going to mix mine all together. I got my measurements this way. I think it's much easier. I can get everything mixed in and stirred up, and then I can bottle it and and go from there. I think it's going to be much easier that way than to add in to your bottles and then leave a little bit and then go. It just seems so difficult that way. So next thing we're going to do, we already got our bottles. Our bottles are already clean. We have 5 flip top bottles. I actually still have some kombucha in one bottle in the refrigerator that I hadn't finished drinking yet. And then I have one bottle that that I saved back from a commercially made kombucha, and we're going to use it. Next thing I'm going to show you is mixing this together and bottling up. Let's do it. Important thing to note here is you don't want to leave a ton of headspace here. You only want the kombucha to be just slightly under that last rib right there. One thing that I want to make note of is not just to use regular apple juice. If you decide to flavor yours with apple juice, don't just buy apple juice or pineapple juice or anything like that just from the grocery store. Make sure if you do buy one of those types of juices that you get whole apple juice, pineapple juice, whatever, not from concentrate, not with added sugar. You want organic, if you can find, with the mother in there. As you can see, when I juice these apples here, it does become frothy. I skimmed all of that off I could, but my apple juice had a lot of pulp in it. That's what you're wanting in here. That pulp will feed the yeast and the bacteria and those sugars, and that'll carbonate it. As you can see, when I was filling this up, it already had some carbonation in it, but we're looking for a good bit more than what we had. And I think when we check back, in about 2 or 3 days, we'll check back on these and see what it tastes like. But I do want to note also that if you do this, make sure that you burp these each day. What I mean by that, come by, release the cap on it, let some of the air out. If not, you could have bottles explode. So make sure you burp them, and then once we get to the taste we like, we'll put them in the refrigerator, and then after they chill, you can enjoy them. So I had a little bit left over. I didn't throw that away. I stuck it in a cup and put it in the refrigerator, and I'll enjoy that tonight.